Hey, it is okay for you to be faithful to your beautiful wife. And I know you say, but you know what? I saw this young woman and she was winking at me. She was kind of giving me a little bit of attention. And, she has, every time I see her, because I go to the grocery store and I go to the car wash and, you know what I mean? And I always see her, and she's always looking at me and she's always winking at me. And, she's young and she always look good and she has a flat stomach. And I mean, she's really checking me out. Of course she's checking you out. Of course she's smiling at you. You know why? Because she doesn't have to live life with you. Okay, she doesn't have to participate in the bills. She doesn't have to have the weight of doing the laundry and cooking and cleaning and maybe dealing with your family or dealing with your children if you guys don't have children together, or even if you have children together, dealing with raising your children along with you, right? She doesn't have the pressure of that. So of course she's always going to look good and her hair look good and her hair combed and she has her nails done and all this good stuff. Of course, okay, she doesn't have the weight of dealing with you all the time. Okay, so listen, I know you say, you know what, but I don't know, I just kind of get tired of her, and this other woman, it's so tempting. Well, let me tell you what the Bible says, Mr. It's so tempting. Oh, the verse is in actually 1 Peter 3:7, and it talks about if you do not treat your wife right, your prayers will be hindered. Okay, now how's that, big man? I'm trying to help you out. Listen, that's what the Bible talks about, right? You're supposed to be faithful to your wife. You're like the woman that you truly love, right? Listen, I know there will always be temptation. Listen, there will always be a big tail, a big behind somewhere. Okay, be until the end of time, but you can't have them all. Listen, wives, okay, if he does not show you respect that you would deserve, you need to stand up for yourself. And then I know you say, you know what, but this younger woman, that I see all the time, I see her, and her attitude, she's so cheerful and she's always so happy. Of course she's always so happy. Listen, come on now, of course she's cheerful. She don't know you, okay? Listen, you could be walking into a situation with a woman that you will regret for the rest of your life. Listen, and of course, it's okay to look. You're a man. It is okay for you to look, right? You know a beautiful woman when you see one, right? But listen, it is not okay to drool. Listen, and if you are a man that's maybe dealing with temptation and maybe you're thinking, oh, maybe I could, because my wife, she's gained weight, and this other woman, oh gosh, her stomach is flat. Of course it's flat. Okay, she's probably 30 years old. Of course her stomach is flat. Listen, and your wife at home, she probably have a little fupa. Maybe she got the fupa from maybe giving birth to your children. Have you thought about that? Or maybe she got the fupa from maybe going through menopause or maybe going through depression. That you probably not looking like The Rock yourself. Maybe I should shoot my shot. You gonna shoot your shot into what? Okay, because you do know in